I'm live. I'm live. I'm alive. Wow. How about that? Block some of this stuff. I love it. I love it. Get in that bidding war. Jump in there. Water's warm. There you go. Bidding on an Iguodala Philadelphia 76 jersey. 76er jersey. Hello, Lori. Hello, Lori. Can you hear me? Kermit, he is sick. He's been getting a lot of dots, if you know what I mean there, MML. He was tired of the dots, so he got sick. An igloo dollar. An igloo dollar? Where do you see that at? I don't know what that means. I have an igloo container back here, but it's not. It's a Powerade. I don't know what you're talking about. I never know what you're talking about, MML. You're above my head. Literally. What are you, 6'3" or something? I'm a whopping 5'8". But I can climb. Oh. Waiting on a few people to get in here. It says there's 6 people in here, but I only see 2 announce themselves. My phone's dinging. I got an auction ending in 55 minutes. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Thanks for the dots. I appreciate it. At least you responded. Nate hadn't responded to my video today. Karen's here. I'm in the middle of a bid. I got a bidding war going on for a jersey. I paid $2 for it at a garage sale last weekend. It's a Philadelphia 76er Iguodala jersey, and I started at $25 thinking that's about what it was worth. Somebody offered me $20 with free shipping immediately, and I turned it down. And anyway, it's up to like $55, so it's rocking and rolling. I'm going to leave it alone. Still got almost an hour to go. I changed to Eddie. Okay. Well, there's Mr. Owasso, Kittenville. Hello. Terry, hello. We got MML, Karen, and Laurie in the house. It says there's 7. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 people, 3 people haven't announced themselves. Tell me who's here so we can have fun with this thing. My phone may ding while I'm in here because I got a jersey in a bidding war, a 76er jersey. So 2 minutes and you've already confuzzled him. Well, hello, Journey. 6'1". Okay, I thought MML you were taller than that. Of course, since we never see pictures. And Steve's here with Terry. Okay, here we go. I'm going to let a few more people get in here. And then I'm going to complain about eBay. I don't know if you guys have encountered it, but you know I have over 3,400 items on eBay. At the beginning of September, we had to have a lot of specific stuff put into the system, to help people search for things. And so I had about 200 items that by the end of the month I had to get up and updated so they'd stay on eBay. Well, today my phone starts going off. And now they're even going further into it, but it's really stupid. Okay, eBay, you're stupid. And I've got 738 items I have to update by the end of the month. And like I have time to do this. And it's all stupid stuff that's like, okay, what size is it? Well, that's already in the listing. Okay, well, confirm what the outside material of the jacket is. Okay. I mean, golly, it's, what's it made of? And it just, they're getting so detailed on that you're going to have to fill out every category on every listing, and it's getting ridiculous. Yeah. Karen's got 133. How much you got, Terry, in MML? Yeah. Gender, all that stuff. I mean, I put it in the title, women's hoodie. And now I got to go in and change that because they can't read. I mean, if you can't read, you shouldn't be shopping on eBay. But anyway, I got 738 to update, and I'm going to use the bulk editor to do it. But wow, 300 listings, and Steve's got 100. Good for you. Karen, I think you're up probably close to 500, 400, 500. MML, how many you got? I could look. I know I can tell you how many MML's got. By the way, we're going to do a debate tonight, but it won't be a political debate. It's going to be a food debate, or a debate on your favorites and not favorites. And we're going to start with cereal because there's always a lot of controversy on cereal. I know my favorite, and I know the one I despise. And I have a lot of favorites, but I'm going to pick one. But I can't stand one cereal, and I'm going to go into that. But I'm going to look up Mr. MML. And tell how many listings he has. Oh, wait a minute. Went the wrong one. And sellers. And Mr. You only got 5 items on eBay, Man Mountain Link? That can't be right. You just listed some cereal? You really put cereal on there? Have you been watching Part-Time Pickers, Matt, or something? Going to grocery stores and buying cereal and selling it? That's like buying Pringles and selling them. ... There you go. I can jab back there, MML. You're not the only one that can be a smart aleck. Star Wars cereal. Okay, I thought you were a Lego guy, Kittenville. The child. Hey, I just sold some plush today. Got a tip from Kelly, who's not in the room yet, or if she's coming, I don't know. Karen ran out and picked up some vintage car show T-shirts from as far back as the 80s. And then picked up some plush, 94 pieces of plush for $25, which come out to about $26 a piece. So a lot of it's Mario and zombies or planets versus zombies, stuff like that. So I started listing this stuff today in lots. The first lot I list is a bunch of plants from zombies, planets versus zombies, and I sold it real quick for $62. So yeah, cha-ching. And I had like $2 and something invested in that lot. So I'll take it. Plush, don't pass on plush. 26 cents. Yeah, not dollars. 26 cents each. It was 25 for the whole 94, but there's a few that aren't worth much, so I'm going to give them away, but the rest of them are being sold. And there's a couple of them in the Sonic Boom stuff that's worth like $80 a piece, and they're about 8.5 inches tall, and they're all used. They're not new, but hey, if you're willing to buy it, I'm willing to sell it to you. All right, I guess we'll get on with this. We're going to start off with cereal, and I'll tell you my favorite cereal. And, of course, when I was a kid, we didn't have a lot of choices because we were poor. So we had a lot of Corn Flakes, Frosted Flakes, Rice Krispies, and Cheerios. But my favorite cereal is Corn Pops, and I bet nobody else has that on their list. Corn Pops is my favorite cereal, and the one I despise is Frankenberry or Captain Crunch. I know that's a lot of people's favorites. I can't stand it. Can't stand it. So let's hear each of you. What's your favorite cereal and maybe one that you don't like? So I'll just read them as you pop them up, even though y'all can see them. And if you have eBay questions, you can always throw those out there too. So MML, what's your favorite cereal? Sugar Puffs. Yeah, I like Sugar Puffs too. Sugar Smack, Sugar Puffs. Yep. With the frog on the front. Anybody else? We got to get this going. We ain't gonna have Raisin Bran. I like Raisin Bran too. It's not my favorite, but it's up there close. Honeycomb. I like Honeycomb. That's a good cereal. That's one I didn't think about. I like Honeycomb. Favorite is generic Frosted Flakes or Honey and Nut Cheerios. My kids ate a lot of Honey Nut Cheerios growing up. They liked them. And yep, and I'm definitely a thrift shopper. I always bought generic, not name brand, and it didn't taste that much. And granola, I love granola. Like what was that guy? Wild Hickory Nuts, Yule Gibbons, and I love that granola. But man, the older I get, the harder it is to eat that stuff. It's like eating rocks. And when you're starting to have your teeth have issues, you're like, okay, Life. I like Life. I like Life. Mikey will eat it. He'll eat anything. Oatmeal. I like oatmeal too, but I gotta have if it's regular oatmeal, like cooked oatmeal, I gotta have a little bit of sugar and milk on it. If it's the flavored, then I'm good out of the box. Of course, my favorite breakfast is biscuits and gravy by far. Nothing touches that if it's done right. Looks like there's a lot of Southerners in here, so they understand that flour gravy stuff. You hate Lucky Charms? I love Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious. I love Lucky Charms. My problem with my kids eating it was they'd always pick out the marshmallows and leave the cereal. And my dog, he's about 15 years old, or she, baby. When I get a bowl of cereal, which is rare, because I usually don't eat breakfast, she watches me eat it. And when she knows the cereal's gone, she comes after the milk. She wants the milk. So I have to set that bowl down. I can't drink the milk. She wants it. So not a fan of grits, but I love cornbread and milk. Yeah, and my grandpa ate a lot of crackers and milk. And if you hadn't tried saltines crumbled up in a glass of milk and spoon it out, that's pretty good too. Brown sugar and raisins. Oatmeal. Oh, brown sugar and raisins on your oatmeal. I was like, not in your cornbread. Okay. Is everybody gone? If so, we'll move on to the next one. Your favorite, maybe, I guess, give me like 3 meals or foods. And for me, it's going to be chicken and dumplings. I love chicken and dumplings. I won't count biscuits and gravy because that's not really a regular meal. That's breakfast. Chicken fried steak. And my mom makes a fantastic smothered steak out of with brown gravy and mashed potatoes. Smothered steak that's really tender, and it's just a tender sirloin that she tenderizes in while she's cooking it, and that I always love. So what do y'all got? 3 favorite foods. And it don't have to be your whole meal, just your main thing like steak or whatever. Just trying to have some fun with this. Cornbread and milk. Well, you'd have to have a big old glass of milk, put some cornbread in a glass of them. I love cornbread in my pinto beans and fried taters. I love cornbread with that. That'd be up there to the top of my list too. I love cornbread and fried potatoes and pinto beans. Meatloaf, lasagna, brisket, and Italian dressing. That's different. Lasagna's good. I don't eat a lot of spaghetti and stuff. Meatloaf, I like if it's right. And brisket. I don't think I've ever had an Italian dressing. Fried chicken. If it's real good fried chicken, I'm with you. I mean, I think Popeyes for fast food makes the best gravy, but KFC probably still makes the best fried chicken as far as restaurants. But if it's done right and seasoned right, there's nothing like good fried chicken. Raw chicken. Yeah, MML, hey, everybody send MML a bunch of raw chicken. He apparently likes raw chicken. You go ahead and get your salmonella there, buddy. Or E. coli. Juicy hamburger with mushrooms and cheese. You know, I'm with you, Terry, on the juicy hamburger, but I'm skipping the mushrooms. I'm not a big mushroom guy. And I like my burgers. I don't like them juicy. I want them like done. Fried chicken, fried fish, seafood, and cube steak. Now, cube steak, of course, you can make chicken fry with that. Chicken Parmesan is good. Chicken parmesan. Y'all coming up with some good stuff. Y'all gonna make me hungry, and I already had dinner. And I had hamburger helper. And it's shaking bacon. That wasn't the right thing. I made hamburger helper tonight for dinner. Cheesy macaroni. Yes, I can cook. We gone through everybody on that. All right. We're going to jump around. We're going to do favorite candy or candy bar. And for me, the number one candy bar is called a Zero. You don't see them as much anymore as you used to, but I love Zero candy bars. Probably followed closely by a Mars bar or a Hershey's with almonds. And Paydays I like quite a bit too. But again, the nuts and stuff getting harder. But a Zero is my number one candy bar. Who's next? Candy bars. Man, are y'all having a hard time with candy bars? A whatchamacallit for Steve. You know, I don't think I've ever had a whatchamacallit. I know what you're talking about. You can make a joke out of that, but you know, that whatchamacallit, you know. Payday, Hershey's, Kit Kat. I'm not a big Kit Kat person. Peppermint Patty. Yeah, I'm not a big mint person either. I mean, they're okay. Cherry Ripe. I don't know what a Cherry Ripe is. That must be an Aussie thing there. Oh, Nate's in the house. And we're going to have to ask Nate these questions that we've already jumped on because he just joined us or else he's been listening. Nate, what's your favorite cereal and what's your favorite food? And with you, who knows what it could be after that salmon sandwich you had. Snickers, York, Peppermint Patty, Hershey with almonds. Okay. I'm good with all those except for maybe the Peppermint Patty. I'm not big on Peppermint Patties. My mom is a huge Cherry Mash fan, and I don't see them very much either. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yep, my kids ate a lot of that growing up, and I despise dark chocolate. Ugh. Terry, you're not making me hungry now. Dark chocolate and anything Carmen cooks. Well, that's boy, aren't you looking for something? Yeah. Sucking up to Carmen. Well, she is a chef, I mean. And candy bar, we already asked you. I don't even know what a Cherry Ripe is. I remember going when we went to Australia, they had a lot of what's the chocolate with the caramel over there? You can get it anywhere now, but back then I can't remember what it was called. It was some kind of chocolate with caramel in it. What is it, Nate, that I'm trying to think of? I'm not a salmon person. I'm not a huge fish person. Catfish, yes. Salmon, nah. And any other fish. And it has to be fried. I'm not a big lobster or crab or anything either. I like crawfish. Now I eat them. And there's going to be a lot of them coming up. Chocolate and caramel. Yeah, it was I can't remember what it's called. It was we got it in Australia, but I know they're everywhere now. It's I can't remember the name of it now. All right. Your favorite place in the United States that you don't live to go visit or that you've been that you just loved? Let's hear that one. And Nate, you can be in on this one because you've been in the U.S. Oh, I like Milk Duds. I like Milk Duds a lot, but they stick to your teeth. Maui, of course, yeah, okay. We knew you were going to say that. And I love Maui, too. Of all the Hawaiian Islands I've been to, Maui's the best. I love San Diego a lot, too. The weather and the humidity is low and the temperature is mild. Seattle, too rainy. Key West, I've never been, and I've never been to New Orleans. I've been to Louisiana, but I've never been to New Orleans. I've never been to Key West. I've been to Florida a few times, but never Key West. Never been to Seattle either, though, so I know it's green, but it rains a lot. And I'm not taking away from what y'all are saying. I'm just making comments as I go. Ketchikan. Okay. And I know that one. New Mexico and Texas. Well, I am from Texas, and I've lived in Beaumont on the southeast side, which is more like Louisiana. and I've lived in Dallas a couple of times, which is huge. And then I'm from Austin, which is probably the best city on earth, depending on what you like. Buffalo is awesome. Not in the winter, it ain't. I lived about 2 hours from Buffalo on Lake Ontario one winter, and it was 200 inches of snow is a little too much. But we know you're a Buffalo fan, so you're a little biased. The Blue Ridge Mountains of Australia are the Blue Mountains. Oh, okay. Terry, you been to Australia? Oh, MML. Of course, you'd come up with that. Fort Knox Gold Depository for the 60-second shopping spree. Yeah, and then 60 years in a federal prison, too. That's what you'd be doing if you live that long. Well, outside, I mean, I loved Australia, out of the country, and I've been to 13 countries in all the continents but South America and Antarctica. In Europe, I would say Spain was my favorite, and in out west, by far the cleanest city I've ever been in was Singapore, but my favorite was Australia. They just loved Americans, and I loved them. They were good people, and there you go. Memphis area, South Haven, St. Jude's. There you go. I've been to Memphis a few times. Oh, your daughter married an Aussie. Where do they live in Australia, Terry? You know, Nate and them are in Queensland. Yeah, Memphis is good for barbecue, I guess. But those of us in Texas think we got better barbecue. So it's all the fours. What about Elvis? Y'all leaving out Elvis? Y'all didn't go to Graceland? My mama drugged me there the year after he died. Well, you need to get a new phone there, buddy. All right, we're going to move on. We know what Nate's favorite, and I don't know if y'all are all sports fans. Your favorite NFL team, and mine, unfortunately, is the Dallas Cowboys. And we haven't been doing too good, although the easy part of our schedule is coming up, but who knows how that's going to go. We know Nate's a Buffalo Bills fan. Anybody else a fan of the NFL? Sydney, Tasmania, now Seattle. Oh, wow. All over the place. I hadn't been to Sydney, and I hadn't been to Tasmania on the east side of the continent. I've only been to Perth on the west side. Miami. Yeah, of course your Atlanta Falcons there in Georgia ain't doing no good. So you can jump. Oh, you're from Miami. That's right. You ain't gonna jump on the bandwagon of the guy at Tampa Bay there, Mr. Brady. Anybody else on NFL? College, of course, I'm a Longhorn, and we know that too, and we blew it last week. 1 yard line, we fumble and lose the game, and we're playing our rivals this week, the Sooners of Oklahoma, and I live here, and I ain't saying a whole lot this week because the way we've been playing, I don't know. We were supposed to be really good. And I don't know what's going on down there in Austin, but anyway. Michigan State, Spartans. They ain't even played yet. Big Ten, the Pac-10. The hell, Pac-12 ain't even playing till November. That's when football's winding down. And I heard today that they got some more positive cases of COVID. And if that happens, keeps happening, they may suspend the season. BYU. Well, BYU's whooped my Longhorns a few times in the last few years when they shouldn't have. But, oh, well. Yeah, it's not all about football. All right, we're going to move on. Favorite bands. Give me 3 of your favorite bands. It could be any genre. For me, it's going to be the Eagles. And this ain't in any particular order because I love the Eagles, I love the Bee Gees, and I love Journey. Those are probably my 3 favorites. There are other bands in there that I love, but that's my 3 favorites. Probably Earth, Wind, and Fire is up there with them too. Eagles, Bee Gees, and Journey, I would say, for me. And the Bee Gees are kind of in 2 phases. They had an early phase in the 60s and 70s, and then the later 70s and early 80s. But I like both. Steve likes the Monkees the best, huh? Mickey Dolenz. Yeah, I was a little kid when they were popular. Same time as the Brady Bunch. Matter of fact, Marcia had a crush on one of them. Not really a band fan. Journey, Culture Club, Lady Antebellum. Now, Lady Antebellum, Country, Culture Club. Well, that's some memories of the early 80s there for me. Karma, 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 Chameleon. Oh, you don't want to hear me sing. Simon and Garfunkel. I am a rock. I have an island. Band saw Band Aid and the what? Bandalorian. Band Aid? Radiohead, Nirvana, Living Color. Yeah, your band's Journey, yours are a lot newer than the ones I'm. You must be younger. Nirvana, Kurt Cobain. There's a T-shirt out there if y'all find it. It's worth $800 of his. I've only seen one person find it that showed it on YouTube. All right, now we're gonna go to TV shows. Of course, as a kid, my favorite TV show of all time was Leave It to Beaver. Leave It to Beaver. Andy Griffith is a lot of people like, and there's some others, but those are probably of the TV shows that I watched. I watched a lot of Brady Bunch, but you know, you go back and watch Gilligan's Island and Beverly Hillbillies and some of those, and you go, "Boy, those were really corny." The Man from U.N.C.L.E., man, that's a throwback from the '60s. Yes, Korean pop groups count, Nate. The band could be from where you're from, like, or even Olivia Newton-John, or who's some of the artists from. What's the band? What's her name? It was a band in the '60s from Australia that was pretty big, kind of a folky music band. I'm trying to remember the name of it now. They sang "Pop the Magic Dragon" and a bunch of other stuff. How I Met Your Mother, maybe. That's newer stuff too. Yeah, you probably I don't even know if you knew who Leave It to Beaver. You probably seen Andy Griffith, Nate. Leave It to Beaver's Bee Gees. Yeah, Bee Gees are awesome. Yeah, Bee Gees are from Australia. Yep, I knew that. And Little River Band's from Australia. I know that. Anybody else on TV shows? Now we're going to do single artist. Gilligan's Island, Hulk, Fall Guy, Emergency He-Man. Hulk. Oh, Gilligan's Island, the Hulk, Fall Guy, and Emergency He-Man. Okay. And the Monster Family. The Monster Family, you talking about like the Munsters? Terry? I think you're talking about the Munsters. Older bands, Eagles, Fleetwood Mac. Yeah, I like Fleetwood Mac. My artist would be, number one would be Michael Jackson, probably by far. I know a lot of people love Elvis, but I think Michael's probably the best single artist ever. That's just my opinion. George Strait's my favorite country star of all time, followed closely by Conway and Charlie Pride. And then I love Elton John a lot. I think over the years, he's lasted. So I think Elton John's up there. Single artist. Gary Allan, Gene Watson, George Strait. Johnny Cash. I've got a sister-in-law that loves Johnny Cash. She met him when she was AWOL in the Army, and he made her go back to her duty station. And her house is plastered with his stuff. MJ for sure, yeah. Michael Jackson. James Taylor's good. Saw him in concert a couple years ago. Charlie Rich. And when we get behind closed doors. All right. Computer is lagging. See you later, MML. Prince, Janet Jackson, David Bowie. I've never been a big David Bowie fan, but hey, that's your guy, not mine. Janet Jackson, was that before she exposed herself at the Super Bowl or after? Tupac. Okay, now I know y'all probably don't watch a lot of these, but we're going to talk about reality shows. And for me, I love the Dixie Chicks. Regardless of their political stance, they were a fantastic musical group. And I love the Dixie Chicks. And anyway, TV shows, I mean, not TV shows, movies. My top three, I would have to say Best Years of Our Lives, 1946, Oscar winner. Grapes of Wrath with Henry Fonda is a great one. And I love Cool Hand Luke. There's a lot of movies I like. I'm a movie buff, but those are probably up there. My favorite Western of all time is The Searchers, even though I'm a bigger Jimmy Stewart fan than I am a John Wayne fan. Sahara and Die Hard. Hi, Miss Kim's Corner. We're just having a discussion on our favorites. Favorite foods, favorite cereals, favorite bands, favorite TV shows, favorite. Avatar's a good one, especially visually. It's a great movie. Greatest Showman, that's a good one. That's a good one. Revenge of the Sith, Titanic. I watched the first 3 Star Wars. I haven't seen any since. And I love Star Wars, but just haven't watched it. Never seen Lord of the Rings. I've never seen it. And I've never seen like Breaking Bad or any of those series. And I love like Sopranos and Tombstone and Yellowstone and all those shows. Sons of Anarchy. People Up Here Behind Me, Game of Thrones. Love that show. But Yellowstone's my most popular one right now. I just wish it wasn't as short as it is each season. Mom. My mom called. Lord of the Rings, Hellfighters. That's a good one with John Wayne. Yellowstone. I know Nate don't like Yellowstone. I know. And you got a show over there in Australia that I watch that you've never seen, and it's an Aussie show. I don't know. I forgot the name of it now. And I love the classics like Wizard of Oz and I can't take a call from my mom on it. You know what my mom's gonna want? Hey, if you get out tomorrow, go grab my prescription. What are you doing? I'm doing eBay. All right. So her birthday's coming up in about 11 days. She'll be 78. So one day it stops ringing. I know. I'm live on a YouTube channel. I'll call her back. I promise you, Nate. You can slap my hands like I'm going to slap yours for not commenting on my video today. What else do y'all want to talk about? The new thing on eBay, I'm still upset about that. Having to come up with 738 specifics for, you're sleeping in today, huh? 738 specifics for items that I've got on eBay. So I'm going to have to do a bulk editor, and it's going to take me most of a day to get all that done by doing that. It just bugs me that I've got to put in information that's already in there again. And so anyway, all right, you're excused, Nate. You're excused. I promise you're good. But y'all check out Nate's channel. He's really come a long way with his editing. His editing's tons better than mine. I love how he fast forwards through and plays music in his video when he's in a thrift store. I think that's awesome. And they're showing you some of the sights of Australia that you haven't seen, or maybe you have if you've been there. And y'all check him out and give his channel some comments and likes and help him out. I understand the frustration. Y'all saw me last week with it. And I don't think I'll ever get to 1,000. But it is what it is. I'm just going to keep plugging away. And the hours are going up, but not anything else. So y'all always appreciate you liking. We should like each other's channels and support each other as much as we can. And, kind of go from there. But I try to support Nate and MML as much as I can with what they do. And we kind of bicker back and forth every once in a while, but we're having fun and we're trying to teach people what we're doing. And obviously Nate being in Australia is different than here, and his opportunities are slim compared to some of the ones that we have as far as like yard sales and things like that. And so I hope the sales pick up. I hope the fourth quarter picks up. The news today was bleak on the economy, and I hope that the fourth quarter picks up because I got enough stuff to sell to last me. So, but and he also needs more eBay listings because he's still going through that phase where he's building up. And for me, I could list another 3,000 items, and it's time for me. And I did package all my packages tonight. Like I said early on in the video, I bought a bunch of plush the other day Kelly, that was on here last week, sent me a tip and said, hey, I'm at a yard sale and there's a bunch of car show t-shirts, and most of them are brand new and they're $1 a piece. And so Karen lives close to where they were. So I said, Karen, run over there for me. And she ended up getting 22 of them for $15. And a lot of these are related car shows to the MDA, muscular dystrophy telethons that Jerry Lewis used to do. And then some are just 7-Eleven ones. A lot of them are single stitch, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. And so I listed them all. And then there was also a bunch of plush, and I think Kelly had picked up some of that. And so Karen got 94 pieces for $25, which valued out to 26 cents a piece. And I already sold one lot today of Plants vs. Zombies for $62. As soon as I listed it, gone. And I've got a bunch of other ones on there, but I kind of did them in lots. There's a few individual ones that were worth about $80 a piece in the Sonic type stuff. One of them's Tails and the other was Sonic himself. Nate found a PS1 in a lot game worth $220. I hope, did that scam thing work out for you, Nate? Did you come out on that thing? He got scammed the other day by somebody. Yeah, Rally Roots does a lot of vintage shirts, and yeah, they do flood the market. And you got to be careful with that stuff and make sure you know what you're looking at in the tags. Just because it's single stitch doesn't mean it's valuable, but I'll find out on these car show things. I mean, it takes that right person that collects that stuff, or the MDA person, or the person that does 7-Eleven. And a lot of it's local to Oklahoma. But hey, even if I get $25 a piece or $20 a piece for them, I'm happy because I paid $1 a piece. Or no, paid less than that. 22 shirts in a 15 is about 75 cents a shirt. Yeah, I would keep after it. I would keep after it, Nate. I know you will. I mean, you know, it really stinks when people take advantage of you. And we've all had that person. I had one yesterday. I sold a guy an iPod that I found at the Goodwill bins I sold it for $39, as is for parts. It was I think a 4th generation iPod, and I couldn't test it because I had nothing to test it with. Shipped it to Canada. The guy got it. He's been sitting on it for 2 months, and he sends me a message yesterday and says, hey, the battery only stayed charged for about 30 minutes. Send me a new battery. Regards. Okay, first of all, you're past the 30 days. And second, I sold it as is parts. And as is parts means you take it as it is. So I haven't heard back from him. I think it was just a jab. He may or may not try to leave me negative feedback. I don't know. At this point, I don't care. But it would have been a lot more valuable had it worked or knew that I knew it worked and sold it that way. But when you don't know, you sell it as is parts. I gave the guy his money back on the Rolex, but I'm not doing it on this one. Not after 2 months of you having it. And so anyway, yeah. And in Nate's case, he had a video game he sold, and the guy had it for 23 days and says it was missing. The game was missing out of the case. So, I mean, some of that stuff's stupid. And Karen's had some, I know, where she sold stuff. They didn't even open the package and they returned it. Said there was an issue. They're all on eBay, Journey. They're all on eBay, and if you look up car show or just look up my seller name, and it's under the car show category, or that's what I listed them as. And then there's also in the SKU words, I'm doing like MDA, 7-Eleven, stuff like that. Yeah, I know, Lisa. It is BS, and I mean, I did have a lady here a while back that waited 90 days, and she didn't file a claim with eBay. She just came after me personally, and I just ignored her at that point. I mean, I believe in customer service, but there's a point where you've had the thing for 3 months, and now you're saying it don't work. I mean, yeah, sorry. And I mean, I'm not Walmart, and Walmart won't give you money back after 90 days either. So yeah, they're already up, Journey. They're all listed, and a lot of them I've got on auction. I started them around 29, and then some I've got higher. That 7-Eleven shirt, there's a yellow one with a vintage Fruit of the Loom tag, like I've seen a million times on a Rally Roots show. I saw one that went for $125 on there. That it wasn't the same one, but it was a 7-Eleven Slurpee T-shirt. Mine's brand new, So I hope it goes up, but who knows? I mean, hey, Nate, nothing personal taken. I just wondered what happened to you. And, dude, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't lose no sleep over. Comment on my video. Trying to see where my auction is. I got an auction going on right now that's ending in 15 minutes, and it's up to $44. I got 9 watchers and 9 bids on it. I paid $2 for it. It's a 76ers Iguodala jersey, which he didn't even play there anymore. I think he plays for Miami. And it's a medium, which is another issue because mediums don't sell as well as the larger sizes. But there's 9 bids, 9 watchers. It's had 109 views. I had an offer of $20 free shipping when I first listed it at 25 plus shipping last week. And I did a 3-day auction on this instead of a 10-day or a 7-day auction because I thought there might be some interest. And sure enough, it's up to 44 with about 15 minutes to go. So my phone should start dinging here in a second if these people go back and forth. I know. You know the way I wish list of the auctions worked, and I know I may have heard this somewhere, but I agree with it. I think that in the last few minutes of an auction, every time somebody bids at the end of that auction, they should increase it by 30 seconds, the time to end it. That way you can get the max money out of it. Now, if I'm bidding on something, I don't want that. But if I'm the one that's selling it, I want that because now it's down to 5, 4, and some people just ain't fast at giving bids. So they miss it, and you could have got more money. But, hey, it is what it is. Good day, mate. Been listening. And Nate says there's different ways to say good day, mate, or mate that make a difference. I hope mine was okay and not offensive, Carmen. Good day. And Nate bragged on you earlier with your cooking. Anything Carmen cooks, he likes. I'd say get Mikey to like it, but it's Nate. Mate. Okay, I'm trying. But I would love to have those auctions extended when you're the seller, 30 seconds or 15 seconds or whatever. Every time there's a bid placed, it just adds time just to see how much money you could really get from it. And some things, you get an auction and they don't keep going and they end and you're done. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, I didn't expect to get $44 for this jersey, and I expect that it'll probably go over 50. And that's awesome. I paid $2 for it. So, and it's a medium. That's really what's surprising. It's called soft end auction, Bobby. We call our enemies mate and our mates the C word. It's a complex language. Where's JT? You want JT? Don't you get enough of JT? What's that you had the other day for lunch, and Carmen? Some kind of lamb stew or something? I ain't never had no lamb stew. How's that taste? I ain't never had it. We don't eat nothing like that in Oklahoma. We don't have shepherd's pie either, or salmon stew, or never. No. Yeah, this morning JT's watching the debate. It don't start till 8 o'clock. It ain't 8 o'clock yet. Possum pie. He likes possum pie. You ain't never had possum pie? Well, neither have I. I've had alligator. I've never had rattlesnake. Karen won't get near one either. Not even a garter snake. I've got the debate recording, but I got to watch Big Brother before I watch anything else. When this is over, Big Brother is recorded. And I don't want my boy Tyler to go home. Mr. Tyler from South Carolina. He's from Myrtle Beach. Yeah, the debate. I'm not going to get into politics because I know there's people probably on both sides in this room. I just wish there were better choices on both sides, to be honest with you, and that's all I'll say about it. I don't think we have the people that really care about us running for president on either side. So it is what it is. But you got to vote for one or the other, I guess, the lesser of whatever evil. Call your mom. Oh, I'm calling my mom, I promise you, but my calls my mom don't last that long because you don't know my mom, and I know you've lost your mom, and I know other people on here, Lori, Karen, the people that I know, have lost their mom. I talk to my mom probably 3 times a day. So, and she lives maybe about 7 or 8 miles from me. Glow Nation wants to know how you started flipping. Who's Glow? Oh, Glow Up Nation. To be honest, when I was working for UPS, who I retired from, if you don't know me, I started selling jerseys part-time while I did sales the last 15 years that I was with UPS. Before that, I was a terminal manager in Arizona, and most of my career, 35 years of management. But anyway, I would at lunchtime I would go into like Salvation Army or Goodwill, and I would look for sports jerseys because I knew a lot about jerseys and a lot about the teams. So I'd pick those up and flip them, and I didn't make a lot of money, maybe a few hundred a month, extra money to supplement my income. And then when I retired 2 years ago, the first year I didn't do much. I sat in the chair and watched Dr. Phil and Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal, and got bigger and bigger. And then I went on keto and I lost 60 pounds, and my energy level went out through the roof. And I decided to go full-time of May of last year, so about a year and a half ago. And I was trying to stay under 30,000 because of my VA, and I don't have insurance with my pension. I could have got it, but it was like $800 a month, and I wasn't doing that. And my pension's good, but I qualified for VA, and I went over 20,000, and so had to do the tax thing and showed a loss last year because I did a lot of stupid purchasing last summer. And then this year, I just decided, the first couple of months, I went over that 20,000 pretty quickly. I do about 8,000 to 9,000 a month in sales. So when you got 3,000 items, and I didn't always have 3,000 items. 6 months ago, I probably had 2,000 items. But they keep giving them to me, and I keep doing it. So, long story short, I just said to heck with it and let's go for it. And I'll probably hit 100,000 this year in sales. Now I have a lot of write-offs too, and I buy a lot of supplies. I have expenses, mileage, fuel, all that stuff, and I also have I purchase. And if you purchase it, don't sell it, that's an expense. So anyway, that's how I did it, and I learn as I go. I watched other YouTubers. And I've said it before, and I'm not trying to be ugly to anybody, but some of the guys on YouTube are better pickers than others. Some of them are better editors than others. I won't get into names, but some of them I really like, and I like what they do, and they're really good pickers. And some of them I don't think can pick that well. They just do a lot of retail arbitrage. And hey, if that's how they make their money, that's the name of the business, the name of the game. But some of them are great editors and presenters and all that, which is something that I'm still working on. But I think as far as picking goes and the picking for good money, and again, it's all about comping. There's a lot of stuff. Mary Kay a few months ago, DVD series a few months ago, I wouldn't even looked at them. But now I've learned them because I go, well, what's that worth? Let me look that up. And you look it up and you go, whoa. I mean, the plush. I mean, who knew that Sonic Tails was worth $80 for 26 cents? Yeah, I'm buying that. Or the Simpsons DVDs. $185 off a $10 buy. Video games, $200. It's just crazy. So you just gotta learn, and how you learn is watching other people do it. And then also there's some people really good with clothing. There's people that are good with electronics and video games. It's all over the board. Some of them people like to watch this because they go climbing dumpsters or buy storage lockers, or they buy pallets and go through them. And that's part of the search and the hunt is the best part of thrift or selling and thrifting. If I could just source all day, I'd do it every day. Problem is I get far behind, and all this stuff behind me and to the right of me, and plus what's on the other side of this table, it's overwhelming. And I fell down in here the other night carrying a box out of here and almost broke my wrist. And I was like, okay, you got to get this thing under control. So today I was actually going to go to the Goodwill bins, and I walked in the room to get my packages, and I looked around. I went, you ain't going nowhere. You got stuff to do here. So, yeah, I know, but I got to clean them up, Nate. I got tons of them, and I picked up some more today. So, emu. Yeah, I ain't no emu. Oh, something just sold. What did it sell? GameCube Metroid. That was part of my Friday pickup. $130 for 68 discs. I've sold 2 now. So I still hadn't sold the big one that's worth 140. But hey, there you go. I thought that was my auction ending, but it's not. $26.40 off of a $2.14 buy, so I'll take it. I will take it. What else? 2,000 items to list and 28 listings. Wow. Yeah, reapply, Nate. I hope you get more. As long as you're doing what they tell you to do, you'll get more. Yeah, everyone has their strong points. I agree, Alyssa. Not everybody knows everything. So I get disability through the VA. So if you go over 20,000, you got to do some kind of thing extra with taxes. Yeah, I mean, you got to make sure you show all your expense. I've got a spreadsheet. All your expenses, your supplies and all that stuff, and then your mileage, and don't forget things like, of course, your mortgage and all that goes into it. Your donations to thrift stores, Goodwills and stuff, you can count all that. And those are some pretty. If you donate to Goodwill or Salvation Army, any of those are some pretty good tax returns on polos and T-shirts. You put in the condition and it calculates it. It's pretty generous on what it gives you. So you definitely want to make sure you donate before the end of the year if you're going over 20,000 and get some of that tax write-off as well. Lucky you can't get that cha-ching. Well, you don't go out, Lissa. It sounds like you stay in the house. So you got to get out there and join the crowd, put on a mask and go out there and yeah, and I think, and Nate, you're correct on that. That was a conversation I was having today with Karen, and people that get up there in that 150,000 range, they don't put out videos regularly anymore. And then sometimes they're just kind of boring because they've got the big crowd watching them now. They don't have to put out the quality. And don't get me wrong, that's not everybody. Some people put out. I think Ryan and I forgot her name now, his wife, but he's a very intelligent young man and he knows a lot of stuff. And he's got his hands on a lot of different fires. So they're definitely somebody that I would not call lazy. They're on the ball and they know what they're doing, editing and all that. Some of them come off a little, maybe, I don't know. Sometimes some of the YouTubers that I watch come off a little arrogant, and I try to just overlook that. But sometimes I just go, you know what? Yeah. And some of that may be because they got big and got monetized. Cincinnati, I like him a lot. I think he's a really good picker. John is, and he's very down to earth. I do like him. But sometimes they get a little boring. And Lonnie, I noticed today, I watched his, and he did put out a garage sale, but it was back when he was Cincinnati. But his, he was not going to present the makeup and the Hot Wheels and the jeans. He just already had them shipped and just said, this is what I did. I'm going to show you the things that are not those 3 things. And I'm like, okay. Because I think he got a lot of complaints from people that were tired of seeing makeup, Hot Wheels, and jeans. But, hey, so worked on a bunch today. Good, Lisa. Get them up. You sounded like when you talked before, you had a lot of stuff out there. And I know Terry and Steve have been listing a lot. And, wow, you did a lot of Legos, Kittenville. Journey, do you sell on eBay? The first step is admitting you have a problem, Journey. I just caught that. Yeah, I mean, I love to source. I mean, I'm just going to say it. My problem is time to keep up with it, because as anybody that does this knows, if the sourcing was the only part you had to do, it'd be easy. But then you got to research it, and then you got to take pictures, and then you got to skew it up and put it somewhere in inventory. And then when you sell it, you got to find it, and you got to run sales and offers. And there's a lot to this. It ain't just an easy job, or everybody be doing it. And, and then ship it out, and then deal with people on the other end if they're not happy. But I don't have a lot of that, so I'm lucky there. I do try to be transparent with the people that buy from me as well. Yeah, and Harry Tornado, I'm not a major fan of his, but he has definitely grown that channel faster than anybody I've seen. I mean, he went from 5,000 a few months ago, and he's over 50,000 subscribers. But I think a lot of people like watching the pallets and the Amazon stuff, and Tesla does some of the same stuff. And I don't know how they do it part-time, or, well, Tesla does it part-time, if that's what you want to call it. Matt says he's part-time too, but Matt sells a lot of stuff for being a part-time guy. And I'm not a huge fan of Matt's either. I wasn't beginning. I was huge, but he was, I don't know, he kind of came off kind of rude when I was discussing something with him one time, and I just, you know, he's a great picker. I would never say he's not a great picker. But I don't want to make anybody mad and everybody unsubscribe. We all have our favorites and some that we like better than others, and we probably all disagree. But sourcing is the fun part. The rest is monotonous. And I don't mind the shipping, although when you wait and you let 25 things pile up over the weekend and then you ship it, oh my goodness. I just got another bid on that jersey. How much time's left? Got to see. It sold for $45. Paid $2 last Saturday at a yard sale for this, or Friday. Sold it for $45 plus shipping on top. I'll steal that one from Lonnie. Yep. I'll take it. Yeah, Hunter, and again, I'm not trying to say anything against him. He's a pawn shop guy. He's not a picker. He takes people's money that come in and give it, you know, pawn stuff. And he's not out picking like we are. So I like his bird and I like hearing him talk. He's got knowledge and about a lot of stuff because he deals in a pawn shop, but he's a pawn shop guy. He doesn't go out and pick, and I'm a picker. So anyway, not to hurt anybody's feelings, because I'm trying not to do that. I'm just giving you my opinion when y'all say something. They all need 100% more puppets. Yeah. I don't know. Does everybody like JT? I mean, JT wasn't part of my channel when I started. And then one day I did Russell Westbrook join the show. And then I had some other people join the show. And then I decided, well, you know, I found JT in a Goodwill, and my grandson kind of absconded him. And then I begged for him back. And I just wonder what y'all think. I mean, is JT a good thing for me? I'm trying to be different than the other channels, and I realize I'm nowhere near big like them, but he just makes it fun, and we don't plan hardly anything together. I mean, just like today's video, we just start talking, and whatever comes in my head or his head, we say. And okay, all right. So JT's huge. Y'all like him. Okay. And I've introduced a couple other people into it, other puppets, but I don't want them to be the main focus on the show. I want JT to be the main guy. And Kevin has an Enaman, and guess what? I have two of them. I have one I bought from Kevin, Lissa, and I have a mini one that I got. And there's only a few of them out there. There's only one other one on eBay when Kevin sold out of his. And I like Kevin too. I like his down-to-earth style and stuff. And I've actually bought stuff from Lonnie, Matt, Kevin, RVA Flips, which I'm not a big fan of at all. I think he's very arrogant, and I'll just say that. And Cincinnati Picker and Kevin. I bought more than one from Kevin. I got that Redskins jacket from him. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I say Redskins? I got a Washington Redskins jacket. Yeah, and the interplay between us is just, like I said, it's just us trying to be smart Alex to each other and having fun, and, you know, him getting left out. If we ever get to go back to Maui, he's going. He's going. I've already made it clear he'll be in my suitcase, and we're going to do videos from Maui, not only while we're running around the island showing you, but because we've been like 3 times, we kind of know the island pretty well. But we're going to thrift with him, and we're going to take him out you know, just have fun with him. So there you go. JT is going to, if I ever get back to Australia, which we'd love to go to Queensland and visit our friends, Nate and Carms, JT's going on that trip too. Here's JT in Texas, Queensland. But and I love Jeremy. I love Jeremy the cow and the carrots. Yeah, JT and Jeremy meet 2021. There you go. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Nate might not want me in his house because I'll be trying to ride the horses. Do y'all ever ride the horses? That's a good question for you. Do you ride the horses? Yeah, and I like Kevin. He's down to earth. He seems like a really good guy and a good family man out there in Western Virginia. Yeah, JT and Hilaire, and yeah, I would take him to Luau's. I would take him on the road to Hana. And yes, there's a road to Hana if you've never been to Maui there, Steve and Terry. And it's an awesome road. It takes all day to do it. And then, oh, that's a news notification. Oh, that must be because the debate starting. But yeah, I would definitely take JT with me. I think he'd be a blast. Every morning up on the Miranda, or in the veranda, not Miranda Lambert, veranda. And JT's waking up with the sun coming up and drinking some coffee and saying hi to the folks back in the mainland. Only thing about Maui is that 8-hour flight from Dallas. That is if you have never been to Maui, you need to go. I've been to the Big Island last year, been to Maui 3 times, and I went to Oahu 3 times when I was in the Navy. Oahu's just too populated and too big. But, yeah, they'd be whacking him with a stick there, Kidville. Yeah, you're right. Maui is a little more expensive, but it's a great place. It's a great place. And what's funny is it's like 88 degrees, but then there's a volcano that's extinct. And if you go up there, it's like 35 degrees. And I'm up there in a tank top and shorts, and my brother, and everybody else is like, freezing. So, but yeah, Nate, they drive on the wrong side of the road. Every time I watch your video, Nate, and y'all are driving on the left side, I'm like, I probably would get killed the first day if I rented a car driving in the wrong side of the road. I always think about that. I was like, I'd have to ride in the back seat with Nate because I couldn't drive, or I'd be accidentally going over to the other side. Vanuatu. Vanuatu. Yeah, that's an island. I know I've heard that name. Yeah. Yeah, that's off of Australia somewhere, isn't it? I know there were some Pacific battles in World War II there that I remember John Wayne and them talked about in their movies. I think a lot of those old World War II movies. On a chick named Miranda. Thought this was a family show. Oh, Miranda Lambert. I love her song. I'm not a big Miranda Lambert fan, but I love that song, The House That Built Me. Oh, that's a great song. Great song. But yeah, Vanuatu. Never mind. Vanuatu, yeah. Vanuatu, yeah. There you go. Oh, tattoo refreshed there. I have 2 tattoos. Y'all have never seen them. I didn't get them. I didn't get my first tattoo till I was 52 years old. And I will show them to you. There's nothing wrong with my tattoos. The first one, of course, is the state of Texas with a longhorn on it. It's hard to see, but it's got Bevo in the middle on a Texas flag, and it's a longhorn. And then my second one, I just got a few years ago, and it's my Navy stripes with my radium and lightning bolts and it's hard to see on the screen, but that's my only 2 tattoos. I never got one when I was in the Navy, never wanted one. But as I got older, I thought, you know what? Life's short. JT's got a couple too, but I can't tell you what they are. So, but they're not either. I'll have to show you his tattoo sometime. But then it is a family show. So, as you said. So, yeah, I mean, in the Navy, guys that usually got them were drunk. And I wasn't a big drinker. I've never been a big drinker. I grew up around a bunch of alcoholics, so I just never had the desire to drink. I've got a lot of family members younger than me that are already dead because of alcoholism. So, yeah, I never did drugs. I never smoked. That's kind of boring, huh? Hey. Yeah, a lot of them we pull in, they get on a pier and they go to some place and be drunk and they get a tattoo. And a lot of the tattoos that they got were ugly, just blue and chains or an anchor or something. I want something that's pretty. Yours is a phoenix. The name Vanuatu means reborn. There you go. Yeah, and Amazing Race is another one of my favorite shows, and it's starting on October 14th. I love that show, too, where they travel the world and do stuff. Purdy, yeah, that's right. That's what we say here in Chicago. We're not in Chicago. You are. I've only been there once, and that was in the O'Hare Airport. And I ran into a wrestler. Who was? Oh, Macho Man Randy Savage was in the airport when I was in there. I was on my way to New York. Only time. Well, good, folks. Anybody else got anything you want to talk about? I appreciate everybody being here. And, Canton, Ohio. Actually, I have been to Ohio a few times. I worked for Pure Letter Courier in the 80s. That was the first company I worked for when I got out of the Navy. And we had an air hub in, where was it? Was it in Columbus? No. Emory bought us, and Emory's was in Dayton. But we were in another town in Ohio. Been to Columbus a few times, and I love Columbus. Like a cake. What is that? It's been fun. Off to the debate now. All right, y'all have fun with that debate. And like a KK member and a Black Panther. I ain't even going to comment on that one. So, and I did hear y'all talk about some things the other night, you and your buddies there, Nate, and I agree with a lot of it. So, well, folks, I'm gonna get out of here and appreciate you all. I really do, and maybe we'll do this again next week. Come up with a different theme. I enjoy getting to meet everybody, and yeah, I know what you're referring to. I know you're talking about the debate, and we all got our opinions. I don't think we got good choices on either side. So anyway, about Amazing Race. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay. We're gonna do the Ghost Town, not this weekend because this is Texas Oklahoma weekend. And that's big for me, even though both teams are kind of lousy. But we're going to do it pretty soon. We're going to let it get a little cooler. It's going to be in the upper 80s the rest of the week. And then we're going to go to hit that Ghost Town and maybe a couple others. And then I want to take y'all out to Fort Reno as well. And I'm going to take you on a drive through Yukon, the town I live in, home of Garth Brooks. And then we're going to do the Christmas thing after Thanksgiving when that's open. That is really awesome. That's amazing. So thanks again, everybody. I appreciate you. And I'm going to sign off. Have a good day. Yeah, 80s, upper 80s all week. Yeah, I'm not happy. Y'all have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. See you in the morning.